keys to the game. Now, Clark, looking at the Suns, what do they need to do to secure a win?
Grant is a player they shouldn't overlook. Over the last few games, he's been dominating. His scoring is way up. He's really flown.
Clark, what about New Orleans? What's the key for them?
They're definitely not forgetting about Amari Stoudemire. He's got one heck of a knack for scoring in the paint. So you've got to fight him in the post area. Don't let him get that deep, sweet post position. Otherwise, he'll make you pay.
Now, here's Nash, following the Hornets' miss. Into Stoudemire, gets in close, scores the opening field goal.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Now Paul, right now averaging 17 points a game. Here's Grant. Tries to drop it in, but it won't go. And here are the Suns now. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Hornets.
I think they did what they expected to in terms of their ability to control the flow of the game. You know, when you do that, you have success.
And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the miss by Nash from deep. To Paul. Stolen by the Suns.
The defense anticipated the kick out the whole time.
Nash's shot is in.
Steve Nash out of British Columbia. Not a hotbed for basketball talent, but he certainly is the cream of the crop. One of the very best at running a team, dropping dimes, scoring the ball from the three-point line, and an excellent free throw shooter to boot. This guy continues to get better with age, like fine wine. He's awesome as he ages. When you look at Amari Stoudemire, I bet you didn't know this. His waist is only 31 inches, and that boy is put together. Strong shoulders and strong arms. He's an athletic and dynamic finisher, but he also has endured 2 microfracture surgeries on his knees, and he's still one of the outstanding finishers in the league. That points to his hard work and his focus. Kevin, he doesn't miss those layups often. Interior D made him think about that one, though.
Diagu buries the corner jumper. Here's Richardson. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Here's Hill. Dunks it home off the sweet dish.
That's unselfish team basketball right there, Kevin.
Suns on D. 4-point game. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
You can't expect to outscore your opponents with that feeble offering from the field that they had. I mean, weak shot selection, poor execution, not enough good quality shots. I mean, that's a recipe for bad offense.
The Hornets trail. Here's Grant from short range. The shot misses, and it's the Suns taking it the other way. Amari sinks the open shot. He's got 6.
And right now, Kevin, they're getting everything they want and sending a message while they're doing it.
Grant. Kept alive. Here's Diagu. Oh, barely misses the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2. You talked about sending a message, Clark. This certainly is one way to do that.
Well, it really is, Kevin. I mean, it's demoralizing to a defense when you can't and don't consistently get stops.
Clark, has an up-tempo team ever been a team that will go deep into the playoffs? We've had teams that have come close, teams that will excite, teams that will certainly draw a lot of attention because of the high numbers they rack up game in and game out. But can that team have the wherewithal to go through the playoffs and maybe make the finals? And who knows, even win a championship? Can that be done with that up-tempo style of play?
You know what, Kevin? It has not been done yet. You'd have to go back to the Lakers, the run-and-gun Lakers of the 80s, but they were a good defensive team as well. I think you need a combination. It's fine to play up-tempo, but you have to be able to defend consistently in the playoffs and also be able to go to your half-court game. As a fan and broadcaster, I would love to see an up-tempo team not only get to the finals, but win it. But that's only going to happen if that...
Whoa! Coach Scott calls time. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
I didn't think we saw a real strong outing defensively from them, Kevin. And very few teams can get away with winning, maybe a handful of games, if that, relying solely on their offense.
Now Paul. No points for him. Here's Grant. Answers right back with the dunk of his own.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Now Stoudemire. Perimeter, behind the arc. No good. The Hornets go the other way with the ball.
He hasn't been able to get on track here.
Grant, in close. It counts. And the foul. It's on Jason Richardson.
Jason Richardson. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Armstrong is in at center. And he gives them the lead. Here's Richardson, averaging 23 points per contest. Here's Nash. A missed three.
They need to send out a search party to find his offense, Kev. It's been AWOL this whole quarter.
Here's Grant. Oh, just misses, but he'll get 2 shots at the line.
That's his second personal
It's
foul.
on Jason Richardson.
Contact certainly altered that shot. The official was right on top of it.
Gets them both. Barbosa with it. 2:48 left in the first. Some great shooters here. Let's check out the league leaders. You take a look at Okafor, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
Field goal percentage is always a function of the kinds of shots you take. And this guy here, I tell you what, not only does he make a high percentage of his shots, but he takes good shots on a regular basis.
Barbosa kept alive. To Barbosa to end the run. That's good.
That's exactly where the coach wants him to get his shot, Kevin, right there from mid-range.
Grant. From close range, Steve Nash with the rebound.
You can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
Inside, connects from in close.
That's a good example of excellent communication. The nice lead pass led his teammate right to the rim for the basket.
Now Paul. He had 27 points last game. Grant covered by Barbosa. From the line, and it's Paul missing.
Really not enough defensive pressure there to force that miss. He's got to be disappointed.
Here's Barbosa. Yes, from downtown.
For 3.
He has 7.
Leandro Barbosa, known for his speed at getting to the rim, his mad dashes to the basket, and he's also got a pretty good three-point shot, although his release is kind of like a waiter holding a tray. It's a little low and unique and unorthodox, but nonetheless effective.
And here is Hill, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Hill, sticks it from 17 feet.
Their defense is really struggling here in the first. I mean, they're lazy, they're not getting to the shooters, their rotations are poor and mistimed. They're expecting this team just to miss shots, and that's no way to play defense.
And here are the Hornets now, trailing by 4. That's good. He's got 13.
He clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop. Nice play.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Phoenix. Right now, they've been able to gather the 8th best record in the conference as the latter part of the season approaches. And, of course, the Hornets, just a couple of spots back.
It's always fun to be at home, Kevin. Home sweet home is what I like to call it, but you know what? They've got a tough visitor in the house tonight, and just because they're at home doesn't mean a win is going to automatically show up on the scoreboard. They've got their work cut out for them against this opponent here.
And here are the Hornets now, after the Suns pick up 2. Grant. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
There's another example, Kevin, of how they're hustling to all the missed shots to get an edge in the rebounding area.
Hill up top. Dudley, he's guarded by Thornton. From inside, Grant snatches it inside. And it's that hustle, Clark, that translates into more opportunities, getting going fast here.
Yep, exactly right. They're really going after it to start this game. A nice, good start for them.
Here's Dragic, misses the buzzer beater. The Suns have taken the early lead.
They're making the extra pass and finding guys for open look. I love the discipline they've shown in their offense so far.
And we end an exciting first quarter. The score, 23-19. All right, the first quarter had a lot of good action. I think we'll be in for some more here in the second. So it's Phoenix now. They lead by 4.
Substitutions on the court.
The handoff to Nash. Stoudemire, the screen. Here's Nash. Kept alive. Hill backs in. Gets in close. The shot misses. The Hornets go the other way with the ball. Grant. Scooped up. With the second effort, got a piece of it. The Suns leading. Into Stoudemire. Here's Nash. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for.
Nails it from close range. 15 points in the game. Here comes Steve Nash. His last outing, he had 18 points. Easy shot, Stoudemire, and that is good.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Here's Grant, flushes it with the one-handed jam.
Defensive foul on Mario Stoudemire. That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Grant, shooting 1.
Good for the three-point play. Now here's Nash, averaging 22 points a game. To Stoudemire. Down low. Richardson. No good. And New Orleans will take it the other way. Here's Grant. And the rebound goes to Nash. And Phoenix has possession. It's a 5-point game. Here's Hill to Richardson for 3. Grant corrals the miss inside. The Hornets trail. Leads him with the pass. Nails the baby hook. 6 points for him.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
The steal by the Hornets. Drops in the breakaway layup. Now Stoudemire. It's a close game here in New Orleans. And coming up this Friday, it'll be Hasheem Thabeet and the Memphis Grizzlies. They'll be hosting the Houston Rockets. It'll be 7 o'clock start time.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one.
You're right. We're always trying to make lists of the best guard, the best center, the best this, the best that. Is Chris Paul The best point guard right now in the NBA.
Well, I would probably give him a slight edge over Darren Williams. I like Darren's
And you
size.
love Darren
I really
Williams.
do.
I
I
know
like
you do.
his pace of play. I like his poise. I like his smarts. Chris Paul has all of that. Darren has him by a couple of inches. But Chris right now is probably a half step ahead.
I agree with you.
Just about all of the other point guards out there for his consistency and the way he leads his team and stays in that 20-10 category on a regular basis.
Efficient, great defensively, leadership like you just talked about.
No, he's got
he has
all.
it all.
Yeah, he's got the full package. There are no holes in his package. They had a lot of trouble with their shot in the first quarter, but have found the touch here in the second.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Both teams making some changes. He completes the three-point play. Now here's Nash. Under 4 minutes left in the second. Clark, as you said, they look to be a little more comfortable now.
You know, Kevin, well, sometimes it takes a while before you get into the flow of the game, and that appears to be what happened here. It just took them a little bit. Sometimes you need that first hit or that first bit of sweat to percolate, and then you're good to go.
They're going now, though. Aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Paul from short range finishes with the soft touch. Nice bucket by the fifth-year veteran out of Wake Forest. Now here's Nash. Here's Nash. Gently drops it in. 6 points for him.
That's the way to manufacture your shot against the taller defender. Solid effort.
Grant defended by Nash. Cannot hit, and Phoenix will take it the other way.
There wasn't enough defensive pressure to affect him that close to the rim. I think he just flat out missed it.
Richardson. 5 on the shot clock. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
Grant backs him down. Tipped.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
Here's Nash. Cans the shot. He's got 8. And here are the Hornets now. Grant trains it from short range.
Effortless, soft layup. Nice play.
Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. You look at the Suns. This is a team that absolutely is lethal from long range. Number 1 in the NBA.
Multiple three-point shooters spaced out behind the three-point line. It's a nightmare for an opposing coach. I mean, these guys love the three-point shot, and they take full advantage of their outstanding shooters by using it a whole lot every game.
And here are the Hornets now, after the Suns pick up 2. Here's Diagu. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. And here's what happened yesterday in the NBA. It's a road win for the Orlando Magic, Detroit taking the loss there. The Warriors lost on the road. The Thunder get the W. It was the Celtics taking the win in Boston. The Lakers falling short there. And that's all we have for you right now. Here's Pavlovich, Lopez, and it's tied up.
Now that's great court vision, Kevin. Even when he was about to shoot, he was still able to spot the open man.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. Here's Diagu, hits the quick shot. 8 points for him.
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time.
Now Stoudemire. Here's Richardson on the mark with the runner.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Grant on the paint, gets the lay-in. He's got 29 points. Here's Richardson. 6 points for him. Right corner. Dragic backs down. Make sure you catch a special broadcast. It'll be an NBA event for the history books, what will be the largest turnout ever for a basketball event. This year's All-Star Weekend in Dallas, Texas.
The All-Star Game really shows you how popular this game is. I mean, you walk around and see fans from all over the world attending the festivities, having fun. They're from all walks of life, all genre is represented there, interacting with different activities they have up. I mean, it really just shows you how much this league has grown over the past 2 decades.
And as you know, sometimes the foreign players are the biggest players in the league, and that's kind of the case right now. Yao Ming and right on down the line.
It's a worldwide game.
And here are the Hornets now, after the miss by the Suns. Here's Grant, cans it from in close. He's got 31. Here's Stoudemire, pockets the 3-ball.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here. This has been a fast-paced game, Kevin.
Yeah, both teams are lighting up the scoreboard. The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. The score, 47-46. Okay, it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. The Hornets have been capitalizing on their trips to the free throw line. And in a close game like this, that's crucial.
Well, the whole game can turn on a trifle, Kevin. You got to make the most of every opportunity you get.
Grant has started off well.
And he's been snapping that net, Kev. That's what you love to see. Bucket, bucket, and then more bucket.
Welcome, everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one. Now, here's Nash. 8 points for him. Richardson does not get the go-ahead bucket.
Great defense there. Challenged the path of the shooter, which caused the miss.
Here's Grant. Lays it right in. 33 points for him.
He's not normally a prolific scorer, but he's given them a big lift in this one.
From short range, buries the short-range jumper. Sweet touch by the 14th-year veteran out of Santa Clara. Here's Grant. Amari corrals it, but that's only his second rebound so far. Richardson dumps it off. Phoenix turns it over. We'll go the other way. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. Take a look at the Suns. They have the highest percentage in the league. Well coached.
This is one of the top free throw shooting teams in the league because they work at it. Believe me, they spend a lot of time working on their free throw shooting, and it shows up in game. That's why they're one of the league's best.
Be sure to tune in again this Saturday. A road game for the Los Angeles Lakers. They travel to Portland to take on the Blazers at the Rose Garden. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock Eastern.
I think it'll be fun.
He can't get the first. Good on number 2. Here's Richardson. He has 6. To tie, it's blocked. Good deep by Grant. New Orleans in the lead. Rips it down with one hand. He's got 36.
No flash, no frills. I call that a pound cake dunk. Simple and plain, and a good finish.
Now, here's Nash. The outside leaner. And it's Nash missing.
Well, the bad shooting continues for them to start this half.
To Stojakovic. Got a piece of it. Stolen away by Hill.
Just too difficult to squeeze that pass low.
Nash's shot is in.
Smooth finger roll off a strong move inside. That's just money.
Here's Grant. Misses the layup. The Suns trailing. Hill for the lead. Kept alive. Here's Stoudemire, and it's tied up. 13 points in the game.
Snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
Diagu. Amari Stoudemire with the rebound. The Suns with a big possession.
Can they come back to take the lead?
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Here's Grant. Gets in close. Lays it right in. He has 38 in the game. Here's Richardson. He has 6. Here's Hill. Pinballs around and in.
Assisted by Stoudemire.
And here are the Hornets now. Grant with another bucket here. He'll crack 40. Inside. Graceful finish. They take a 2-point lead. And here we go with Steve Nash. 12 points for him. Stoudemire, the screen. Five on the shot clock. Into Stoudemire.
Well, he's been doing his part, Kevin. He definitely is focused and came to play.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. Grant. And the rebound goes to Nash. Did a good job to force the miss. To Nash. Here's Stoudemire. Can't take the lead. And it's the Hornets with the ball. Here's Grant in close.
Outstanding job there to contest the shot and grab the miss. That's how you play defense.
Stoudemire, the screen, and the basket by Hill.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Suns on D. The lead is 2. Asia. He's off from 3.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Here's Nash. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Both teams changing it up. Good for the three-point play. I know, Clark, you were talking about what Steve Nash does, and to me, Nash reminds me of Bob Cousy.
I didn't get a chance to see Bob Cousy live, but I have seen plenty of tapes on him, and he was creative, smart, flashy, and productive, and you'd have to put Nash in that same category.
Now, here's Nash, following the score by New Orleans. From inside, finishes with the soft touch. He's got 19.
He's owned this quarter. Everything's going his way at the offensive end.
Grant backs him down. From close range, no good. And Phoenix will take it the other way. 2:24 left in the third. Here's Richardson. No luck on the three-point attempt. The Hornets trail. Grant defended by Nash. Stojakovic dumps it off. Here's Paul. It's good. He's got 6.
The defender couldn't get around the pick, and his help didn't show up in time. Nice play for the layup right there.
To Richardson. Stoudemire. Now here's Nash. Hands it off to Amari. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Nash. Nailed it with just a little time left on the shot clock.
My goodness, it seems like he's gotten every point this quarter. Just an amazing job helping to cut into this lead.
Coach Scott calls for a timeout. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. You take a look at the Suns, leading the league in scoring. Definitely the most high-powered running gun offense in the league. The fans love it.
They score the ball so well and so quickly because they play with great freedom. I mean, everybody is confident in each other. They know the coaches are giving them the green light. As long as it's a good shot, you're free to take it at any time. And that's how they play. Full throttle all the time with a lot of freedom.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Last chance unsuccessful for the Suns. Grant trains it from just inside the three-point line.
I'm not sure that's the shot they wanted, but they'll take the basket.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you know Saki?
The Hornets changing it up. Now here's Nash. 21 points in the game.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Phoenix now. 6-point game. The dump off to Nash. Left wing. Nails the tray.
Dragic.
He has 7. And here's New Orleans now. They trail by 9 points. Here's Grant. Drops it in on the layup. Now here's Nash. The outside leaner. Here's Nash. Can't get the buzzer beater. We've reached the end of the third, and it's been an exciting game. The score, 71-64. Steve Nash has played well. 21 points and 3 rebounds.
Yeah, he's been filling it up, Kevin. No surprise there. He's a guy who can really do damage when he's in a groove.
The fourth quarter about to get started here in what's been an entertaining game. All right, the fourth quarter should begin momentarily. And it's the Hornets with the ball. Grant cans it from in close.
Wow, it's been all offense all game. Everybody's got the hot hand. He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Dumps it off. Here's Stoudemire. Knocks down the open jumper.
Boy, he's got a nice touch from mid-range, Kev. His height makes it a tough shot to defend, too.
Time called here. The Hornets decide to talk it over.
I think we know your answer.
Some adjustments for both teams. And here are the Hornets now. It's a 5-point game. Here's Grant. Oh! Dumps it down with one hand.
Yeah, Kevin, he's been rocking the rim all game long. We talked about his spectacular finishing ability at the start of the game, and he certainly hasn't disappointed.
Now here's Nash. 21 points in the game to Dragic. In close. Can't get it to go. The Hornets go the other way with the ball. Grant gets in close, flips it in for 2.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Now here's Nash.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
And here are the Hornets now. They trail by 3. Here's Stojakovic. Gets it to go.
The intensity level is really picked up here in the second half.
The Suns leading. Nash. Now Stoudemire. Lopez. Can't get it to go. And New Orleans will take it the other way. The Hornets give up possession. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the New Orleans Hornets. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Now here's Nash. Under 6 minutes left to the fourth. Uncovered. Nash's shot is in. And here are the Hornets now. Here's Paul. Kept alive. Grant, defended by Nash. Paul gets another shot, and this time it counts.
That's a good look. Very nice look.
To Nash, tipped. To Lopez. Nash. Stoudemire, the screen. With the clock winding down, and it's Emeka Okafor with the rebound. It's one-on-one. Here's Grant. Kisses it off the glass and in.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
And the Suns call time.
Timeout.
I'm the reason everybody
Jason Richardson.
Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, I had a moment to speak with the Hornets. He told his team that he wants them taking more shots from beyond the arc. He said, if you got a good look, fire it up. Don't be tentative. He's giving them the green light, Kev.
Thank you, Cheryl. Stoudemire. Can't hit, and New Orleans will take it the other way.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
Here's Okafor. That's good. Now here's Nash. 23 points in the game. Amari from short range. Nash leads the game in assists.
He's done a really nice job of maintaining focus, staying sharp, and providing his team with offense.
Okafor backs in. From inside, Hill gets the board inside. The Suns trailing. Now here's Nash. They retain possession.
Jason Richardson.
The Hornets trail. Here's Stojakovic. It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds. Here's what Phoenix has lined up on their schedule. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. It's off his foot, and it's whistled a kick.
Kick ball.
Hornets on D. The most they've trailed by is 9 points. Going inside. Richardson. Tipped. They couldn't beat the buzzer. That's a turnover.
Well, Kevin, they've been fighting it out for the rebounds here, so far it's an even match in that area.
New Orleans is just getting everything they want inside.
Points in the paint have been the story so far, and I don't think it's going to change unless this team starts defending with physicality, bodying up without fouling. And
it's the Hornets with the ball. It's a 1-point game. And that's right, Clark. Evenly matched rebounding and a close game to show for it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. I think as we get deeper into this game, the battle under the basket, which team can control the glass will be a real determining factor.
Richardson. Okafor holds it in, and that's his 8th rebound of the contest. Here's Grant. The shot is off, and it's the Suns taking it the other way. Stoudemire in the post, working on Okafor. Shoots from the post.
He's been a go-to guy for him here in the quarter, doing an outstanding job putting the ball in the basket.
He completes the three-point play. When Amari Stoudemire is on his game, he cannot be stopped.
At 6'9", with his leaping ability and tremendous quickness, this guy gets to the rim whenever he wants to against his defender, and he's also added now a 17 to 18-foot jump shot. He's almost unguardable.
And the Suns call time. And Phoenix has possession. The handoff to Nash to the left corner. Dumps it off. Nash lays it in off the glass.
Those are the shot opportunities you want, right in the lane.
To Stojakovic. Here's Grant, double clutches, count the basket and the foul. They get Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. That's his 2nd personal foul. First team foul. Grant shooting 1.
Good for the three-point play.
Oh, man. Ties it with the hoop and nails the free throw to take the lead. Remember that play. Mark it down. That could be the game changer. Tough ball. Way to battle.
New Orleans in the lead. Grant laid in softly off the glass. They're losing by 3. 1:05 left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
Richardson is a great scorer, and they should get him the rock. This late in the game, you want to get the ball to someone who shoots with confidence.
Here's Richardson. He's got 8. From deep. Good.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Less than 1 minute left. Here's Grant inside. Finishes with the soft touch.
Big-time basket in the clutch, Kevin.
To Dragic. Nash. Blocked. Great play by Diagu. Grant. Okafor with the ball. Grant backs down. Great finish in traffic.
Kev, they're looking in pretty good shape right now unless they have a total collapse.
The Suns call time. They're down by 4. 14 seconds left to the 4th. Clark, what's your take?
Every second counts now. You got to score quickly, then foul.
So it's Phoenix now. They've trailed by as many as 8 points. Here's Stoudemire. It falls!
Nice bucket there. He isn't naturally quick, but he's deceptive. He kept the defense off balance and then took it to the rack.
The Suns commit the intentional foul, and they'll try to extend the game.
That's the right move. Stop the clock and hope they make a mistake you can take advantage of.
No good on the first. Sinks the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Grant couldn't get them all to go down, but now it's going to take a 3 to tie.
The Suns will call a full timeout. They're losing by 3. 4 seconds left in the game. Clark, what do you think?
With this much time remaining, they should be able to get themselves a decent shot at the basket. Still, a contested 3 is never an easy shot.
Now, here's Nash. Right wing to force open.
My goodness!
Beats the buzzer.
Wow! Unbelievable! They're still alive, and I know they're amped about that one.
Time expires, and we're going to overtime. Okay, both teams getting ready. They'll jump it off in just a minute. Hill to the corner. Stolen by Okafor. It's all tied! To Grant. Richardson covering. To the left side. Shoots a 3, and it's Okafor missing.
Hey, my man, a word to the wise. There is a reason you're that open. Leave that shot alone. He's got to be a little quicker. He hadn't set his feet, and that's why he got called for the foul.
On defense, the Hornets. Stoudemire in the post. He's against Okafor. It's good from beyond the arc.
Why anyone would want to leave this guy alone deep is beyond me.
Grant on the paint. Flies in for the layup.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
Now, here's Nash. He's got 34. Here's Dragic. Shot's good.
Kev, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
The Hornets trail. Grant. Money!
Kevin, this has really been a competitive, fun game.
The Suns leading. To the baseline. To Dragic. Here's Nash. Gets the bucket.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. They trail by 3. Grant inside. Flips it in for 2.
Man, can he move? He zipped right to the cup for the easy finish.
2 minutes remaining.
Nash. Now Stoudemire.
Nerves of steel and an accurate and itchy trigger finger. He's just deadly in the clutch.
Here's Grant. And the rebound goes to Nash.
Looked like he had the angle. That's a bad miss that close to the goal.
The steal. Up court. Asia. Doesn't tie it up.
They need to make the most of every possession. And desperation threes like that simply won't get it done.
Here's Stoudemire. The shot is off. And New Orleans will take it the other way. The most they've trailed by is 9 points. Grant backs him down. Here's Stojakovic. Ties the game up. He's shooting 25% from three-point range. Timeout called, the Suns. Clark, what are your thoughts?
Stoudemire has been carrying them all game. They need to continue to work the ball through him to force the double team.
So it's Phoenix now. Nash, inside runner, gets it to go.
Terrific shot there. He had a taller defender on him, but he created just enough space to get the jumper up inside. A victory in overtime is still within their reach, but they have to be efficient, Kevin.
Here's Grant. Tries to lay it in, but it doesn't go. The Hornets are intentionally fouled. They're not yet in the penalty, so they'll need to commit a second foul to send them to the line.
Good decision, Kev. They're playing against two opponents now. The other team plus the shot clock.
Grant is whistled for reaching in. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, they'll go to the line.
They had the foul, but he's the last guy you want to put on the line. He doesn't miss often.
Gets the first. That makes it a 3-point lead. Gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
Coach Scott signals for a timeout. They're behind by 4. 10 seconds left in overtime. Clark, what's your take?
Well, the options are reduced to one right here. Quick shot, intentional foul, and hope for missed free throws at the other end.
And here are the Hornets now, trailing by 4. Here's Paul. Kept alive. Stojakovic. Can't hit from beyond the arc. The Suns win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Hornets 107-103. Steve Nash is the Jordan Brand player of the game and some solid numbers.
Yeah, Kevin, he was really stroking it. He shot the lights out, and there was just no one out on the floor who could stop him.